Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around for the 3rd answer because I'm going to tell you the one thing that you're going to want to avoid if you're going to want to succeed at self-publishing. So let's get into it. The question that was sent in today was where to find the KDP self-publishing sign-in. And this is a very common question that many people wonder about because when you're getting started, we need, obviously, if we're going to set up our KDP Kindle Direct Publishing account, we're going to need to know where should we start, where do we go on the internet in order to find this exact login. And that is what we're going to answer today. By the end of this video, you're going to know where to find the sign-in page. You're going to have the information you need to not get overwhelmed after you do sign in, and you're going to feel great armed with the right information to succeed at self-publishing. So, this is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Click the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one. And check out below in my description, you can grab my absolutely free self-publishing checklist that will ensure you're not making the mistakes or skipping steps to succeed at self-publishing. So, where to find the KDP self-publishing sign-in? Let me start a little bit with a story from my son. He was looking to set up a new bank account here in Norway, in Bergen, Norway. But the problem was, in order to set it up, they needed him to go in with his passport to make sure that he was who he was. They weren't going to do it online. So he went downtown to the bank and he tried to find the entrance. Now, we found the big building that had the name of the bank, DNB, the Norske Bank, the Norwegian bank, but then the entrance to the building was not very clear. So that meant that he had to walk around the building as he was looking for the entrance. But none of the doors were opening, and it simply wasn't clear where exactly the entrance to the bank was. He knew that if he didn't find the entrance and he didn't show his passport, they would not give him a bank card, which in Norway is used if you wish to prove who you are and to be able to log in to many websites like schools and other things like that to prove your identity. Even if you want to sign up for a doctor's appointment online, you're going to need to be able to use the information from that bank card in order to do it. So the consequences and what was at stake was actually pretty high. Now, the thing is that he finally did find where the entrance was, but it was closed, which was quite a disappointment for him because that meant he was going to have to come back on a different day. It was closed because of the current crisis that we and everybody on Earth are going through. And so they simply had special hours and special rules and things in terms of appointments and stuff that you were going to need if you wanted to do it during this period. So that there were special things. So then you would need to go back online and find a time when you could set up an appointment to specifically meet with them in order to ensure that you could, in fact, get your bank account set up and they could do the scanning and such. So in one sense, that left him feeling that it was a complete waste of time to take the time to travel all the way downtown in order to get this bank account up and running. But at the same time, he discovered something, which was that the barrier that he faced was a barrier he would have had to face anyways. So getting started and figuring out what is the next step, doing that step, even if you don't succeed, it then gives us more information to know what the next step after that is, which is going online, signing up for an appointment, and then coming back downtown. Now, there may be another barrier. Maybe he would forget the information or the documents he needed, or they didn't tell him what he needed. But the fact is that taking that very first step was the key to actually seeing what he needed to do for the next step, even if it were a failure. So, where to find KDP self-publishing sign-in? Well, the first answer is you're going to go to kdp.amazon.com, and then when you get there, you either will sign in with an existing account that you have or a new account. But it's very important to remember that this is the very first step. Signing up an account can take almost no time, but for many people, this is a barrier where they feel like, I don't know if I can figure out how to do this or where the entrance, like in the bank example, is in order to get started. But it's very important to do it. Even if you don't figure it out at first, going through the first step is critical, and we don't allow that to be the barrier that stops us from succeeding. The second thing is, once we do get into our KDP account, we have it set up, we're going to find 4 major sections. We're going to find the bookshelf where our books are registered and where we put new books in. And we also can still set up advertisements from here on the individual books. We're going to have the reports, and that's where we can see the sales data from our books. We're going to find our community, and the community is where you find other people talking about your books, but this can be dangerous because we want to make sure that we're doing and not talking about doing, which is what a lot of authors do, spending a lot of time talking and less time writing and marketing our books. And then the final area is marketing, where you can set up marketing campaigns and you can hire Amazon if you want them to do more advanced marketing for your book. So that's the final step that we have with regards to with our books, even though the marketing can also be done under the bookshelf area for each of the books. But that leads us to our secret answer of the day. And this is a really key one. It comes back to the bank story from my son. It is that we need to focus on only one thing at a time. At Self-Publishing Made Easy, our whole point is to try to break it down so we are not doing everything. We're doing one thing. And this one thing may be just getting logged in, creating your account today. And then at that point, you can stop. You did a great job at that. The next time, it's getting our book written so that we have our book and getting it formatted, like using a tool like Uto, which I have below my affiliate link in the description, where you can make sure that your book is formatted properly, and then uploading it. So for example, when you first log into your account, assuming you've already got your book formatted and you have your cover, then the next step is going to be just uploading the book on Bookshelf. And do not do 50 things in the same day. It's best to take things slowly, make sure we understand the steps, and then continue on from there. Way too many people try to do too many steps and also get frustrated. For example, if you go downtown and you find that the bank is closed, maybe we'd say, okay, well, I tried to get a bank account, and we give up at that point. But my son understands that you have to keep on keeping on. That just because you hit a barrier, and in self-publishing, like any other online business, they're going to hit barriers, but we need to work beyond those barriers. We have to keep on pushing and keep on trying until we succeed. And if we do, the people who are tenacious and keep on trying, they eventually do succeed, and you learn more and more. For me, after going through this process 185 plus times, I can tell you that I've seen exactly all of the mistakes that can be made and hit all of the barriers. And from time to time, Amazon changes things to create new barriers. But if we just keep on keeping on, we will find that we can break through those limiting areas and not allowing a mindset that says we should quit or give up to become like the 95% of people who never succeed at these things, and that we actually become part of that 5% who do, in fact, manage to get our book published and manage to see it selling and continue with new books. So this is a very important point that I hope you have learned from this lesson. So where to find the KDP self-publishing sign-in? Go and tell me what you found below in the comments, and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.